Have you ever bought something because it was on sale and somehow felt like you saved money while actively losing money? Yeah, same. You open your phone for one tiny thing, and 10 minutes later, there's a sweater in your cart, protein powder you don't need, a desk lamp that looks clean, and some random kitchen gadget that promises to change your life by slicing cucumbers slightly faster. And the weird part is, it doesn't feel stupid in the moment. It feels smart. It feels responsible. It feels like your brain is whispering, "Bro, this is a rare opportunity. We have to act now." And that right there is the problem. Because your Stone Age brain was built for a world where missing out could actually kill you. Food was scarce, shelter was uncertain, tools were valuable. A good opportunity might not come around again for weeks, months, or ever. But today, that same ancient survival system is sitting in front of Amazon. Black Friday deals, limited drops, subscription apps, and Instagram ads that know your emotional weaknesses better than your therapist. Your ancestors lived in constant scarcity. And that instinct might be quietly wrecking your finances in a world of abundance. Here's the first trap. Scarcity makes everything feel urgent. Back in the day, urgency was useful. If your caveman mind saw ripe berries, fresh meat, firewood, or a safer cave, hesitation was not a cute personality trait. Hesitation meant someone else got it, or an animal got it, or winter got you. So your brain evolved to treat scarce resources like flashing red emergency lights. Get it now. Use it now. Don't overthink it. Fast forward to today, and a website says, only 3 left in stock, and suddenly your nervous system acts like a leopard just walked into the clearing. You weren't even sure you wanted the thing 5 seconds ago. But now it feels important. That little message hijacks the old software. Limited time offer. Sale ends tonight. Cart reserved for 9 minutes. Flash deal. Final chance. Your modern brain knows there will be more shoes. Your Stone Age brain is like, not guaranteed. Secure the foot coverings. And here's the crazy part. Urgency makes you stop asking the most important question. Do I actually need this? Instead, you start asking, what if I miss it? That's the scarcity switch. And once that switch flips, spending money feels less like spending and more like self-protection. The takeaway is simple, but weirdly powerful. When something feels urgent, pause longer. Urgency is not always information. Sometimes it's just marketing wearing a caveman mask. So the Section 1 rule is this. If the deal needs you panicked, it probably doesn't deserve your money. Now trap 2. Scarcity makes you confuse saving with spending. This one is sneaky. You see something that was $100, now it's $60, and your brain goes, amazing, we saved $40. No, my friend. You spent $60. But the caveman mind loves relative gains. In an environment where resources were hard to get, getting more value for less effort was a survival advantage. If one hunting area had more food with less danger, that was huge. If one tool lasted longer, that mattered. If you could trade one thing and get 2 things back, beautiful. So the brain learned to get excited about better deals. The problem is, modern life has weaponized that little dopamine button. The store shows you the crossed-out price first for a reason. Not because it cares about your budget, because it wants your brain to anchor on the bigger number, then feel victorious when you pay the smaller number. It's like your ancient survival system gets a tiny trophy for buying socks. Have you ever gone to a store for toothpaste and left with candles, snacks, a hoodie, and a discounted pan because it was basically free? That's not shopping. That's a financial side quest. And businesses know exactly what they're doing. Buy 2, get 1 free. Spend $50 to unlock free shipping. Add 1 more item to save 15%. Wait until you realize how often saving money requires you to spend more money than you planned. That's the paradox. In a scarce world, grabbing extra resources made sense. In an abundant world, extra resources come with monthly payments, cluttered closets, credit card debt, and a drawer full of chargers for devices you don't even own anymore. So here's the practical move. Before buying anything on sale, ask, would I still want this at full price? If the answer is no, you don't want the item. You want the discount. And discounts are not possessions. They are little brain snacks. The closing line for this trap is, a sale only saves you money when it was already on your list. Trap 3. Scarcity makes more feel safer, even when more becomes stressful. Your ancestors didn't have overflowing closets. They didn't have pantry shelves full of snacks. They didn't have 3 streaming services, 4 productivity apps, and a mystery subscription charging them $7 a month since 2021. They had uncertainty. So, the brain learned more is better. More food means safety. More allies means protection. More tools means options. More stored resources means a better chance of surviving a bad season. That instinct still lives in us. But now it shows up as backup purchases. 1 extra jacket, just in case. A second pair, because what if they stop making them? A giant pack of something because it's cheaper per unit. A course you might take someday. A gadget for the version of yourself who wakes up at 5, drinks green juice, and labels containers. And look, sometimes buying in bulk is smart. Sometimes preparing is wise. This isn't about pretending planning is bad. It's about noticing when preparation turns into emotional hoarding. Because your Stone Age brain doesn't always want more, because it needs more. Sometimes it wants more because enough doesn't feel safe. And that's the deeper thing. Scarcity mindset is not just about money. It's about the feeling that life could take everything away at any moment. So you buy to calm the feeling. You buy the thing, and for 10 seconds, the anxiety gets quieter. Then the package arrives. Tiny dopamine hit. Then the feeling comes back. And now you need another cart, another deal, another little promise that future you will be safer, cooler, more organized, more attractive, more in control. That's how abundance becomes exhausting. The world gives you infinite options, and your ancient survival system interprets that as infinite threats to prepare for. So try this. Give your stuff a job. Before you buy it, ask, what specific problem is this solving in my real life this week? Not fantasy life. Not someday life. Not the imaginary version of you who meal preps lentils in silence while wearing linen. Real life. This week, if it doesn't have a job, it's probably just emotional storage. And the closing line here is, more stuff does not always mean more safety. Sometimes it just means more noise. Now, trap 4. Scarcity makes you chase status, because status used to mean survival. This is where things get spicy. For most of human history, being respected by the group mattered a lot. If people trusted you, liked you, chose you, protected you, shared with you, your odds went up. Social status wasn't just ego, it was access, it was mating opportunities, it was safety, it was belonging. So your brain still tracks status like it's checking the weather. Who has more? Who looks better? Who is winning? Who is being admired? And then modern life hands you Instagram. Brutal combination. Now, your caveman mind is comparing your normal Tuesday morning to someone else's vacation highlight reel. Their new apartment, their clean kitchen, their perfect gym outfit, their suspiciously calm baby, and their latte that somehow has better lighting than your entire home. And without noticing it, you start spending to close the gap. Not because you truly need the thing, because you want the feeling. The feeling of being caught up. The feeling of not falling behind. The feeling of being someone who has it together. This is why scarcity mindset can make even wealthy people feel broke. Because scarcity is relative. If your brain believes everyone else has more, then your nervous system starts acting like you are in danger, even if your actual needs are covered. Here's the aha moment. A lot of overspending is not about wanting products. It's about trying to buy reassurance. Reassurance that you're okay, that you're not behind, that you're still desirable, that you still belong. But purchases are terrible therapists. They listen for about 8 seconds, then charge interest. So the practical tip is, name the emotion before the purchase. Am I bored, lonely, embarrassed, stressed, envious, feeling behind? Because once you name the real hunger, you stop feeding it random objects. The closing line, don't let your wallet pay for a wound that needed attention. Now, let's bring it all together. Scarcity mindset makes you overspend because your brain is trying to protect you with tools from the wrong century. It sees a sale and thinks, rare resource. It sees limited stock and thinks, act now. It sees other people winning and thinks, we're losing status. It sees uncertainty and thinks, collect more. And honestly, your brain isn't dumb. It's ancient. It's doing exactly what helped your ancestors survive in a dangerous, scarce world. The problem is, today's world is not scarce in the same way. Today, food is engineered to be irresistible. Shopping is available 24 hours a day. Ads follow you across the internet like needy ghosts. Payment is frictionless. And your phone can turn a 5-second insecurity into a $70 purchase before you even stand up. The more abundant the world becomes, the more your Stone Age brain can feel like something is missing. That is the central paradox. We have more choices than ever, and yet our ancient survival system keeps whispering, not enough, not safe, get more. So the goal is not to shame yourself for spending. Shame doesn't fix ancient wiring. It usually just makes you buy snacks. The goal is to create a tiny gap between impulse and action. That gap is where modern wisdom gets to speak. Try a 24-hour pause for non-essential purchases. Keep a want list instead of a cart. Unsubscribe from sale emails that treat your nervous system like a piñata. Before buying, ask, do I want this or do I want relief? And maybe the biggest one, define enough before the world defines it for you. Because if you don't define enough, the market will always move the finish line. There will always be a better phone, a nicer couch, a cleaner aesthetic, a newer version, a limited edition, a person online who makes your life look like a rough draft. But your peace cannot be built on catching every deal and winning every comparison. That's a game your caveman mind was never designed to play. So next time you feel that sudden pull to buy, just pause and smile a little. That's not the real you being irresponsible. That's your ancient survival system trying to gather berries in a shopping app. Thank it for trying to keep you alive. Then remind it gently. We're safe. We have enough. And we don't need to go broke proving it.